In this video, I drive the Lamborghini Aventador and Key heads to Narnia. And this crash, I get absolutely airborne, but find out why in this video. Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video where we're testing out every single car in Daily Race A. Yes, that's right. I thought, you know what? They've been purposely prepped. One car's already been removed. Let's have a look at what all the other cars are like, because it's mainly the Nismo 17 that is being used. Just sort of shiver on and go flying by. First up, we need Z Performance, basically the 400Z that you can see down in the bottom right hand side. So down in the bottom right, you will see the graphic of which car we are in. Now, this car has 9 gears. 10 if you include reverse, but 9 gears here as we go for the first bit of bump draft then, as we go on this straight. Now, it will be highlights, of course. We're not going to watch 20 odd races of this. As you see up ahead, a bit of contact there between a couple of cars. Notice everyone's slowing down a little bit here, and I know I can get some pace here, so I continue down the right hand side. However, people not using a radar give me a tap and I go for a spin. Yes, this is what this video is going to be like a little bit, folks. A bit of a spin, but I will give you some feedback on the car. So I got up to speed again, heading towards the oval and the first corner here, and notice the car just goes on me here. So the Z Performance, not a car I would actually recommend to use. It's very unstable, as you see right there. There's a slight little tap and it went. Anyway, max power weighted up for me. We continue towards the end. You can see again just twitching all the way down this banked oval. He does have good top speed, to be fair. We're in that 9th gear now. Look at that. And look, we're nearly into the barrier. We are in the barrier actually there. As we head to... Oh, max power! I didn't pit it himself. As we head towards the line, we actually do get that place. But yeah, funny stuff. Don't use his Z Performance. Right, we're going to go in order now. So we're going to go with the R32 first of all. As you can see here. Now, with this car, with all the Nissans actually, I find that they're really slow starters. Oh, hello. Somebody's already binned it. Shut up with the horn! Whoever's got that horn, shut up with it. But yeah, with the Nissans, they are slow starters, so you may need to use that nitrous just a little bit just to get up to speed here. You can see going down the hill, we're not keeping up with them. Well, we are. It's about equal at the moment. We're not catching up to them, should I say, there as we head towards the oval. So you do have to keep that in mind. We've advanced to near the end of the lap. We've made our way up into P5 then. We're in between a Lamborghini Aventador sandwich. Be nice to actually have one of those as we go through the right-hander, and then of course use nitrous around this marshal box, and that is when the speed will come into play. There's Miura there. We're going to go on the inside of them, so up into P3 as we continue on round. Now this car only has 5 gears where the other one had 9, but with this car you can see the Aventador behind struggling a little bit there with a bit of oversteer, but there's one in the lead as well. But this car, we're keeping up here with the leaders. Sparks there goes towards that right-hand side. We're going to have a 3-way drag towards the line then. Here we go. Looks like Magic's got me there, but I do get up into P3. So Aventador, Nissan R32. This car can win the race, so it's a car that I would recommend you can use. Right, next up, the R33. Now, I actually like this over the R34 and all the other designs. I do like this car a lot. I think it suits it very nicely indeed. So again, as I said with the R32, you may need to use nitrous a little bit just to get up to pace there. You can see I've used a little bit. It's just above 3/4. But once we're there, we don't need to use it anymore. I mean, just use it to make some strategic overtakes potentially. We get towards the end of the first straight here. We're 3 wide at the moment then. And we are in the thick of the action here. Some sandwiching going on. Not a lot of people using the radar. I've got to be honest. There's a lot of careless driving going on in this one. Oh, David's been dropped there in that Mamma Mia, here we go. Go. I don't know why I did that. That's Queen. Anyway, in we go to this right-hander, and we're going to go up towards that left-hand side as we continue to watch that pack down on the right-hand side. There's some movement going on there. Oh, no, the shoe. I just pit maneuvered the Ferrari. Oh, dude. Look at my face. I'm laughing my head off there. Oh, my word. Well, you've seen the thumbnail. There's big crashes in all of this video as we continue then. So I make a strategic call here to try and overtake David. That Mazda not seeming like it's going to keep up with the rest of the field. So I go past them then. And on the last corner then, we're using that nitrous to get round the Chiron. And we're going to come home in P7. Again, a car that can win this race, to be fair. It can win this race. Just got to time it a little bit better. But it does, you got to push yourself a little bit to keep up. So you can use this car. It's stable enough to use, but just keep that in mind. You will have to be a bit strategic. Right, we're in the Supra. Again, we're using the nitrous at the start now, just to, get up to speed a little bit. Now, the Supra, I love the shape of the Toyota Supra Mark IV. Amazing car. I absolutely love it. I love one in real life as well. Obviously, they're ridiculously expensive. Right, what does it do in this race, though? Because this isn't real life. We're at Special Stage at Route X. And as we head down the hill, we've got a lot of Nismos here. We try and get into that queue, slowly but surely. The R32 going around my outside here. So I'm dropping all the way to the back. And actually, what you're seeing here is that we're dropping off. We're dropping off to everybody else. So this car kind of slow, to be honest. A bit disappointing, actually, that this car is slow. Remember, this has been purposely tuned. Oh, we got a big crash. Oh, Slicey's gone there. Oh, we've got an R32 going slow. We've got the Nismo, the R35 also going a bit slow there. But this car, right? So it's been, this whole event has been purposely bopped. But again, you know, this is one track and the bop is still not quite right there. The Supra just leaves it out. Too slow. Needs an upgrade of some kind there. So unfortunately, don't use the Supra, I'm afraid. It's not a car I would recommend. Right, there we go into a legend then, the R34. As I said, I do prefer the R33, but the R34 is still a fantastic car. I do wish it was in blue, though. I've got to be honest. Why are all the Nissans in grey? A nice blue would have been very good. Right, we get a big old butt draft from Mr. OP behind them. That gives us a big old boost. See a Supra up ahead. Now, we know that that Supra is not going to be that quick after what we've used already. Now, you will see difference in order with these cars because I was going all over the place and I did the rest of them in order. So we get a big bump draft from behind. So looking to overtake a big train of cars there. And here we go then. So up into 5th, up into 4th, up into 3rd with a bit of a bump draft. And then we're looking to get past Sparks then. Are we going to do this? Yes, we are. We're up into P2 with that Mamma Mia up ahead of Mad Sharper. So we're going to go down that left-hand side. Look at that boost here. So we are doing okay so far. Right, we advance towards the second half of the lap then. And looking in that rearview mirror, Supra absolutely pit maneuvers the R32. That's been helping me. My word. And that was one of the FRT guys. Now, I will be honest, I am reporting all of the FRT team because I've got loads of replays of them purposely punting people. That one maybe was just a mistake, but there's others where they are. Anyway, we get a good run here. We say P2, but actually we get P1 because Sparks had a penalty. You can see my face. I'm delighted. So the R34 can win this race. And there's your proof. It can win it. Although I'd argue it's still a bit slower than the R35. Right, we're going in the Honda NSX now. This has a very good acceleration at the start, so you don't need to use nitrous at all in this car. You can see we're already catching that R35 there of Seeds Man. So we're going to go around them as we change gear. Got an R32 just behind as well. Same car that was bump drafting me earlier, actually. So we get in the slipstream of Bonnie Evil then. And here we go. So what's going to happen now? Big old boost again. Going to go towards that right-hand side. Looking to overtake everybody again. It's deja vu, isn't it? Absolute deja vu. Go past Bonnie Evil. Go past Popcorn. Then as we get up to Mac Bed then. Looking to get past them. And we'll pull back in. Hopefully we can catch up to the rest. Yes, we do indeed. There's Schlappen in that Ferrari. Oh, Mad Matthew in the AMG. And that Chiron behind me helping me out beautifully. Thank you, Bonnie Evil. So going on to the oval then, the NSX is a bit sketchy here. You've got to really calm it down a little bit as we continue round this oval then, and it will move a little bit as we try and stay in here. Bonnie Evil just goes down a bit and pit maneuvers me, and I'm gone. Now, they did apologise for that afterwards, but yeah, game over. The NSX, not a car I would actually recommend anyway. It's very sketchy on that oval, a bit like the Z Performance. It's just, yeah, it's not one I would advise. Does have okay top speed though, so if you do want to use it, try it, but just be careful going on the oval because it does get sketchy very, very quickly. Right, what's up next then? We have the Mamma Mia RX-7, essentially the Mazda RX-7 that's been tuned up a little bit here, and this has a very good acceleration. Very, very, very good acceleration. Look at the speed we got. We've not used any nitrous so far either, and it just darts past everybody. Look at this. Unbelievable. So now we know why the RX-7 was so far ahead that we looked to catch up to earlier. In fact, there's some ahead as well. Schlaffel's still in that Ferrari as we go for a bit of a bump draft here to try and catch up to those Mazdas up ahead of the FRT team. So go on to the oval once again then and stick into that outside line. Unfortunately, Schlaffen loses it, and unfortunately that causes them to hit me, and I go absolutely flying. So it's a 2 out of 2. Now, I did do a race after this, actually, and I got taken out by FRT. I have no idea why. Actually, twice in the same race. So, yeah, that's a different story. We're not going to show that. We do get to the end, though. You can use this car, but again, it's just one of those that struggles a little bit at the top end. Right, let's go to a car that not many people I've seen use this. In fact, hardly anybody's I've seen use this, actually. It's the Dodge Viper GTX, the 13 car. This car, very good acceleration once again. You can see we're just overtaking everybody without the use of nitrous here as we head up into that all-famous position of P6. So, advanced to the second half of the lap then, you can see we are keeping up with those Nismos. So this car, very usable. I don't know why people aren't using the Viper. I actually really like this car. Maybe it's because it's hitting the top end and people are like, oh, it's going to hit the limiter. But this car keeps going for a long time in that red line, okay? It really, really, really does. So, literally, have a go with this car. Have a go with a Viper. It's a nice car, very stable at high speed. We go to use nitrous now to try and get round here. We've got Rydell up ahead, who we're looking to go around the outside of. They've obviously used all their nitrous. Slight tap on the car here. Look at that. We're catching up to that Nismo 17 car. Going to be up into P5. I quite like this Viper, as I say, and I definitely think it's a car you can win with. Don't get me wrong. There are stronger cars, but there's also plenty of weaker cars, and I'm amazed not many more people are using that Viper. It's a Corvette now, obviously 4th of July at the moment, so it's Independence Day, and we're in another American car, the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. Now, this car disappointed me, I've got to be honest. It's quite slow in terms of acceleration. Not slow as the Nissans, but it's still quite slow. We've got Brie up ahead. Again, not the cheese, actually a Spanish driver, and yeah, they do YouTube as well, which you can see. They also do Twitch, I believe. Anyway, we are behind the Nismos here, and you can see we are not catching. Not catching. This Corvette, very slow. Disappointed in this car, actually. This is slower than the Supra, in fact. This is actually one of the slowest cars in the group. Big surprise, to be honest with you. We're going to try and get past this Chiron, who overtook me and didn't want to help. And we got big loads of smoke up ahead. What's kicking off here? Oh, we got one gone. Oh, we got two gone. That was Lemon Squeezy. Or Lemon Squeeze. As we get P6. Of course we get P6. But yeah, very slow car here. Would not recommend this car at all. As we jump to the Nismo 17. So this is the most common car to be used. Okay. Obviously the daily race guide was with the Mazda RX-7. Not the MMEA one. There was actually another car that they actually took out, which I was surprised about. But it was much quicker than all the other cars. Anyway, we're in the Nismo 17. And we're actually going to use a Giannis here. And Giannis actually indicated to go right there. Beautiful bit of driving there to indicate where they wanted to go. I was like, okay. They know how to drive here. I'm going to follow them. So I'm going to follow this Greek driver all the way through. So they're looking to try and get an advantage here. We give them another bump draft then. And they said something else. As we continue on, max power there on that right side. Slight tap to the Greek driver. Didn't mean that at all, did max power. Wanted to get in the slipstream. Doesn't quite work out there. But it does mean me and Giannis here can carry on the back straight then. So we're going to head towards the oval. And unfortunately, everybody's about to get a bit of a jump scare because I was not expecting this to happen at all because the track comes back and boom! Oh no! Oh, we get some airtime as well. But we know this car can win the race, so that was just a funny moment there. It really was a funny moment. You don't expect the track to narrow like that, and it just did, and I couldn't see a thing. So, yeah, not the greatest start to the race, but a big old crash. It was the big one. It was the very, very, very big one. Right, next one. We go to the Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series. This was the meta car last time this race happened, so this has obviously been detuned a little bit in order for other cars to come to the forefront. But can it win races? That is the question. Now, it's got a very good acceleration here. You notice that. We're quickly gathering some pace against these Nismo 17 cars as we go past Brie here, as we really want to get back in. So what I do, I use a tiny bit of nitrous there to get into the line. We catch up to these guys here. I wanted to show this because Gus kept turning right here just to get into that slipstream. And I thought, what's going on here? That's not how you drive this. That's how accidents happen. So just be careful. I mean, Snowmoon there could have been absolutely punted there because they were the third one on the right. Oh, Gus has binned it. Oh, we get caught up in that accident. Oh, dear me. So, yeah, this Mercedes can win, but it's not strong at all. I wouldn't even put this in the top 5, to be honest with you. Definitely the Nissans are all in the top 5 there, except the 400Z. And, of course, Dodge Viper's up there as well. Right, the Aventador now this time. We've got Consta. Hello, Consta. Consta in this race. Keys in this race as well. Levitius is in this race. And here we go then. So, I love the good old Lamborghini. V12, V10 Lamborghinis just do it for me in terms of their noise. And here we go then. So Lamborghini does have good pace here. Keeping up here as we head down here. Oh, big crash. Oh. Calster is a gunner there. That's why you shouldn't let a child drive a Lamborghini Aventador. As we continue on here, I have to lift off a little bit here because otherwise I would have punted somebody. But even so, we're still in this pack, which is 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide. Sorry, I just looked at the radar. 5 wide at one point. We go down the middle here of Key and Consta, and we're looking to try and stay that slipstream. Time to go towards that right a little bit, so we're going to fall out of it for now. as we go onto that back straight. So I'm going to make a tactical decision here. Try and get past that wire and pull back in here. We will try the wire a little bit later on. We get into the second part of the oval then. Key is gone. Key pins it there as we continue on around. Now, the Lamborghini Aventador is a bit iffy. In fact, all the MR cars are very iffy on the oval. And you can see there my rear constantly going here. Slight tap there. Somebody else just got binned it there. We try and go around them here. Unfortunately, we go around. You see my face smiling there because it just all kicked off. But yes, you can win in the Lamborghini Aventador. It's also a very tricky car to drive. So is it in my top 5? It may just be in there, but it'll be close because it is very risky to drive. So just be careful with that Lamborghini. Next up, what we're going in? We're going in the Pagani Huayra. I love Pagani. Pagani's interiors are awesome. You know, if I was a multi-build... Oh, hello. What are you doing? We're going very slow at the start there. The Scum, I think they were called. Well, that's a bit frustrating. Fortunately, we do have to use some... Well, unfortunately, we have to use some nitrous, but we do keep up here. I say keep up. The Huayra is actually really, really slowly. Oh, that was quite Italian when the Italians called Captain Slow, Mr. Slowly. It was really slow, the Huayra. And you see there, twitchy again because of that MR layout. It just goes on the oval. So we do lose the rear end. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end of that race. Now, we did try the speed. Top speed isn't the greatest, but yeah, it's one of those. I wouldn't advise using the Huayra at all here. We go in the Ferrari F8 Tributo then. As here we go. I was expecting this to be a bit quicker off the line, to be honest with you, and it really wasn't. As we advance further on down the start-finish straight then here. And again, on the straights, this is struggling to keep up with those Turismo 17 cars. So the Ferrari, not a car I would advise using. You can see here, we're just struggling to keep up right now. We really, really, really are. A little bit better than some of the other cars, but it's still slow. I'm amazed at how, like, the difference. We've got some cars that are just slow. It's like they've not been tested properly, or they've been tested without slipstream. But the test really needs to be done with slipstream, so I'd really like them to focus on that a bit more. Hey, PD, if you're watching, I've just given you some good old testing here that you can maybe figure out a little bit. So, we're going to continue on to the oval then. Oh, we're going to have a big crash up ahead. Oh, into the barrier. There you go. That was scum, actually. Oh, no, we've got... That MR layout really doesn't work on this oval. It really doesn't. As we spin there, as we head towards the line, me holding my eye, just thinking, what on earth is going on? But yeah, I wouldn't advise using the Ferrari either. We go to the final car of choice then, the Bugatti Chiron. It's amazing that we're even mentioning the Bugatti Chiron, to be honest with you, in a race with Nissans, Toyotas, Hondas. But hey, here we are. This is Gran Turismo, of course. And we find some slipstreaming partners here, some bump drafters. So I decided to help my Chiron partner here, Avu Adrix, as we continue on. And we've also got P. Gibb. A big shout out to you. You were giving me some big old bump draft here. Now we've got Georgie there. Goes to wipe out the Spaniard. Now I had nowhere to go there, so I sort of bump draft him a little bit. The Spaniard takes revenge there. Sends George into a barrier. Oh! Whoa, we caught it. We caught it. That's how good the Chiron is versus the others. I was amazed I caught that. The Spaniard gets 4 seconds for the attempted punt as we continue on here. P. Gibb just dropping a little bit. Remember what I said about that Amemiya RX-7? The top end is just missing there. Amazing acceleration. The top end is just struggling a little bit as we continue on then towards the oval. Here we go. It's a mixture of everybody everywhere. It's going to get on that inside line for this final oval. We're going to watch the whole of this one, and I'm going to start using that nitrous roundabout now. We've just passed that marshal box on the left as we continue on. Schlaffen there in that Huayra, doing well, to be fair. That Huayra is a pain to drive, but it's just not quick enough. It really isn't. And I'd argue, actually, weirdly, and I can't believe I'm saying this, the Chiron is not quick enough either to win the race. So definitely Nissans are up there, but yeah, the Chiron, it's middle of the road. You can use it, but it's not going to win you the race, in my opinion. Definitely GTR Nismo 17 is definitely up there, as are some of the other Nissans apart from the Z Performance. The Viper is the biggest surprise to me, so guys, go try out the Viper. That's one definitely worth checking out. That's going to be it for me in terms of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Something slightly different for a Tuesday video where we tested all those cars, and when it comes around again, hopefully we've got a few changes in there as well. If you did like it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, stay in touch with all the latest content, and help the journey to 40,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.